Hey, what's up guys? Soapss here. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the best pens for your homemade TCGs. Here I have 3 different types of fine liners and multi-liners. I'm going to be telling you about my experiences with each pen and how I feel about each of them. So up first, we have the Fabercastel Pit Artist Pen. So I got these pens, the first, and I'm going to do them in the gradient that I got them. So starting with the first pen and ending with my most recent pen. And I can say that their quality kind of goes from there, but I won't spoil it. But here we have the Fabercastel, and I have a couple complaints about this pen. So it's the cheapest on the market, I would say, for fine liners or pens, whatever you want to call them, and it probably has the worst product as well. So when you're writing with or drawing with the Faber-Castell, there's quite a bit of friction. The ink flow isn't very smooth. Definitely feels like you're gonna run out of ink anytime soon. It almost has that gritty feeling when you're drawing, when you're trying to make your lines, and that's okay. I mean, it works. You can draw with it if it's all you have. It definitely works fine. There was a point in time where it was definitely all I had, so it definitely worked for me. But feels really gritty. They're really cheap, so they're probably using cheap materials for the tip, and the ink flow just doesn't feel very good. And with the lines, what I've noticed is that the lines don't end up being very bold when they dry. They almost have this grayish black. When you put them down, they look black, and then as it dries, it just gets grayer and grayer over here. So yeah, that's the Faber-Castell pen. Can't really recommend it. It comes with sizes that are SF, M, and then I believe they have a brush pen as well, but I can't actually find a millimeter on the pen because most pen companies like Micron and Copic, they do their sizes in millimeters. So if you're trying to look for a specific millimeter for the tip and for your lines, it might be a little bit hard to find on these Faber-Castell pens. Next up, we have the Pigma Micron or archival ink pens. Yes, with that. So just like how I was saying, we have the 0.35 millimeter line right here, and it does have an 03 for just easy access, but 0.35, so if you're looking for that, they have it in Micron. So with these pens, the ink flow is smoother. It's not as much friction than with the Faber-Castells, and they do feel a little bit better. Yeah, because they have a little bit more metal pieces in the body, so it just feels a little bit nicer. They are a little bit more expensive. I want to say $1 more than the Faber-Castells, maybe even $2. And the lines are better, so they're easier to draw with. I don't see the same fading with the Pigma Micron compared to the Faber-Castells. One thing that I do notice though is that when it dries, you can pick up the ink with an eraser, which kind of sucks if you're going over something and you're trying to erase. You can pick up some of it and make the line a little bit more faded. That does happen a little bit with the Faber-Castell as well, but it already looks faded for some reason because of the ink that they're using in the pens. So the Micron is a little bit of a step up from the Faber-Castell, and one gripe that I have with the pen is that over time the lettering is going to come off, especially with the label at the end of the pen that has the number for the size. So when you're trying to look for your pens really fast and trying to grab one, you're not going to know what they are because they chip off. So that is a big complaint for me, because I am usually looking through all of my pens, and the majority of them don't have anything on the end, so that's where you're looking for them. So you got to look at the sides to try and see what they are. But I would definitely say that these are a step up from the Faber-Castells, so if you have the money, go for the Microns. Now finally we have the Copic Multiliner SP. So if you guys saw my unboxing video from Simon Says Stamp, I got this and my 24 kneaded erasers. Go check that video out if you haven't already. It was a lot of fun to do. And I got this Copic Multiliner SP pen. So what the SP stands for is that it has a metallic body and a replaceable nib and replaceable ink cartridge. So you're supposed to keep the body and just replace the ink and the nib as needed, instead of buying plastic ones like this and throwing them away after they empty out. So I almost have no complaints for this pen. I love the feel of the metal. It is definitely more expensive than the Microns. You could probably get a pack of like 4 or 5 Faber-Castells for the price of this SP pen, but Copic does make disposable ones as well that look like this, and they're a little bit cheaper, but they are still the most expensive one out of the bunch today. So with the Copic Multiliners, the flow of ink is just so nice. This pen's actually running out of ink because I've been just using the crap out of this. This is all I've used to write, draw, anything since that video that I posted, and it's definitely done me really good. I love writing with the pen and just doing different things with it because the ink flow is just so good. It's almost as good as a ballpoint pen because the ink just keeps coming. And I do like how it kind of loses the ink at different points. Some people might find that to be a downside. I think it's just because the ink cartridge is starting to get low. But you can see when I go straight up and down, the line is still very bold. So as it boasts on the packaging here, we got water and Copic proof, and it's pigment ink. So I can't recommend these pens enough. They're really good. If you have the money, I would say go for them. As you can see here, I worked up through the ranks and I'm very happy with where I'm at now. So if you have the money for the Copic Multiliners, I say go for it. And the quality is just really good, and it definitely gives you a nice feel while you're drawing your trading card games. So as a wrap up for the video, I don't think it really matters. After all that, I'm just going to tell you, if you're thinking, what should I use for my card game? It doesn't really matter. Just go with something and stick with it. If you want to make your whole game with the freaking Ticonderoga pencil, do it. If you want to make your whole game with Sharpies, it's going to be painful, but do it. Don't let a piece of plastic with some water in it slow you down, okay? So if you have the money, do it. But I didn't, and I'm expecting that you guys are going to be in the same situation that I am. But if you were looking for this and you do have the money, go grab yourself some Copics. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in another video.